Is there anything in baseball more intoxicating, yet terrifying than the promise of a blue-chip prospect finally getting the call? We are standing on the precipice of a massive philosophical shift in South Philadelphia. Folks, for the last half-decade, the Phillies have been the team of mercenaries, the land of high-priced veterans, massive contracts, and win-now urgency. But as the trucks arrive in Clearwater for spring training 2026, the narrative is shifting violently. We aren't just talking about maintaining a window, we are talking about prying it open with fresh legs. The headline screaming from every beat writer's laptop is the youth movement, and the face of that revolution is none other than Justin Crawford. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are projecting the future of the most electric yet polarizing athlete to come through this system in years. The anticipation for Crawford has been building like a pressure cooker. Remember last July? The fan base was practically rioting, demanding his promotion as the outfield offense stagnated. Instead, the front office opted for the safe, veteran floor of Harrison Bader in a deadline deal with the Twins. It was a move that screamed caution, a move that said, "We don't trust the kid yet." But that safety net is gone. The training wheels are off. The organization has made it abundantly clear through their off-season silence on the free agent outfield market. Center field belongs to Justin Crawford. It is his job to lose, and frankly, it is his job to define. This isn't just a roster spot, it is a changing of the guard. We are transitioning from a team that relies on the slow-twitch power of veterans to a team that desperately needs the chaotic energy of youth. But let's not pretend this is a coronation without anxiety. We are talking about a team with World Series aspirations handing the keys to a premium defensive position to a rookie. The pressure cooker of Philadelphia does not suffer fools gladly, and it certainly doesn't have patience for learning curves when the division title is on the line. Crawford represents the great unknown. He is the injection of speed this lineup has craved since the days of Jimmy Rollins, but he is also an unproven commodity in a lineup of future Hall of Famers. The juxtaposition is fascinating. You have the established royalty of Harper and Turner, and then you have this kid, the son of a major league star, trying to carve out his own legacy. The expectations are sky high, perhaps unfairly so. Fans are expecting a savior in center field, someone who can run down everything in the gaps and wreak havoc on the bases. But is that realistic? Or are we setting ourselves up for the classic rookie wall disappointment? Let's strip away the hype video montages and look at the raw toolkit, because this is where the debate gets heated. Justin Crawford is a scout's dream and an analytic department's puzzle. His 2025 season at AAA was nothing short of spectacular on the surface, a .334 batting average and an .863 OPS across 112 games. Those are video game numbers. They suggest a player who has mastered the minor leagues and has nothing left to prove on the farm. He is a contact machine, a guy who puts the bat on the ball with an elite frequency that is becoming rare in this era of three true outcomes. When you watch him play, you see the flashes of his father, the electric hands, the gazelle-like strides, the ability to turn a single into a double purely on hustle. However, we have to address the elephant in the room, or rather, the worm burner on the infield grass. The flaw that every scouting report highlights is his ground ball rate. In the minor leagues, you can get away with hitting the ball on the ground because the infield defense is inconsistent and the speed of the game is slower. In the majors, that ball you chopped past the shortstop in Lehigh Valley is an easy 6-3 putout in the National League. Major league infielders are faster. Their positioning is data-driven to the millimeter, and their arms are cannons. If Crawford continues to pound the ball into the dirt at a 60% clip, that .334 average is going to plummet to .240 faster than you can blink. The concern is that elite MLB pitching, with their high-velocity sinkers and devastating splitters, will exploit this swing path mercilessly. Then there is the defense. The report calls it a work in progress, which is scout speak, for he has the athleticism to be great, but he takes bad routes. Center field at Citizens Bank Park is not a forgiving place. The angles are tricky, and the ball carries differently depending on the wind. We saw Johan Rojas struggle with the bat, but provide elite defense. Crawford is the inverse profile right now. He brings the offensive ceiling, but can he be trusted to make the read off the bat in the bottom of the ninth with the game on the line? We are looking at a player who relies on his recovery speed to fix his mistakes. In the big leagues, you often don't get the chance to recover. If he misjudges a ball off the bat of an Atlanta Braves slugger, it's a double in the gap. The Phillies are betting that his raw athletic talent will smooth out these rough edges, but make no mistake, there will be growing pains, and they will happen on national television. Now let's talk about the role and the projections, because this is where the 2026 season gets interesting. Fangraphs Zips projection system has Crawford slashing .286/.337/.390 with 1.5 WAR. To the casual fan, a .390 slugging percentage might look underwhelming, but you have to understand the context of how this team is built. The Phillies do not need Justin Crawford to be a 25-home run guy. They don't need him to be the cleanup hitter. They need him to be the second leadoff hitter. By batting ninth, Crawford effectively flips the lineup. Imagine this scenario. Crawford draws a walk or beats out an infield single. Now, you have a runner with elite game-changing speed on first base, and the lineup turns over to Tree Turner, Kyle Schwarber, and Bryce Harper. This is the chaos factor. When Crawford is on base, the pitcher cannot focus solely on the monster at the plate. He has to slide step. He has to throw over. He has to worry about Crawford swiping second and third. That split second of distraction is often all a guy like Bryce Harper needs to get a mistake pitch over the plate. A .337 on-base percentage from the number 9 hole is actually a weapon of mass destruction for this specific roster. If Crawford can simply maintain that Zips projection, he transforms the Phillies' offense from a station-to-station power team into a dynamic, multidimensional juggernaut. He bridges the gap between the bottom of the order and the superstars at the top. However, we have to look at the downside scenario. What if the league adjusts to him by May? What if pitchers realize they can just pound him inside with hard stuff and force weak grounders? If that OBP drops to .290, he becomes a liability. A speedster who can't get on base is like a Ferrari without an engine. It looks great in the garage, but it doesn't help you in a race. The realistic expectation here should be a season of peaks and valleys. He will likely have a month where he hits .350 and looks like the Rookie of the Year, followed by a month where the bat gets knocked out of his hands and he looks lost. The key for the 2026 Phillies is whether they have the patience to ride out those valleys without panicking and looking for a veteran replacement. This is a commitment to the future, and that commitment requires a stomach for volatility. So, what is the final verdict? What is the realistic expectation for Justin Crawford in 2026? If we are being honest, I think the Zips projections are actually a conservative floor, not a ceiling. I believe Crawford is going to outperform that .286 average simply because his speed puts immense pressure on defenses. He will turn routine ground balls into bang-bang plays. He will turn singles into doubles. My prediction is that he finishes the season hitting closer to .295 with 30-plus stolen bases, providing a spark that this team hasn't had in years. He won't be perfect. He will make frustrating errors in the field, and he will have weeks where he hits nothing but ground balls to second base. But the net positive he brings, the energy, the speed, the youth, will outweigh the rookie mistakes. This is the year the Phillies finally get younger and more athletic. It is a necessary evolution. The era of the slow-pitch softball team that relies solely on 3-run homers is ending. Justin Crawford represents the modern game: speed, contact, and pressure. He is the X factor. If he clicks, the Phillies are the favorites in the National League. If he flops, the lineup suddenly looks very short and very old. It is a high-stakes gamble, but it is one the franchise had to take. You cannot keep blocking elite talent forever. The kid has earned his shot, and now he has to take it. I want to turn this over to you guys, the best community in baseball. I want your specific predictions. Look into your crystal ball for the 2026 season. Does Justin Crawford hit over or under .280? Does he steal more than 40 bases? And most importantly, do you trust him to be the everyday center fielder in a playoff game? Or do you think the Phillies will be looking for a defensive replacement by the deadline? Drop your stat lines and your hot takes in the comments below. I read them all, and I love seeing the debate. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of the franchise, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. We are going to be covering every step of Crawford's rookie campaign right here. Until next time, keep the faith.